I'm a drover from Carnegie Station, dead centre of Western Australia. 1,400 kilometres away from Perth in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
And until today, nowheres is about as far as this lonely drover's got to meeting the love of his life.
It gets pretty lonely by yourself. I suppose I'm looking for someone to spend that time with and share my experiences with. This is the girls' bathroom. This is where they're going to be dolling themselves up for the dates I take them on. It's not the Hilton, but it does the job.
After a 5-hour flight north from Perth, Nathan's favourites, Gemma, Tessa and Amanda, have arrived at the town of Wiluna.
Wiluna looks like an interesting place. There's not a lot here. It's really hot and there's lots of flies, but yeah, very different to back home, so yeah, big change.
It's another world, and these city slickers are hoping their lonely lad isn't too far away.
Carnegie Station, Nathan speaking.
We just thought we'd call and find out what we're supposed to do from here.
Get in a car and drive 400 kilometres east.
400 kilometres?
Holy shit.
Wow. I didn't know it was that far away. I thought it'd be an hour's drive,
like
not
an hour
the rest of the day.
Probably really want to get cracking now.
Bye. Soon-ish.
Nathan wants his ladies safely in his arms before nightfall. So they've still got a long way to go to find love.
With the road conditions at the moment and also taking into account the amount of kangaroos and other wildlife that are going to be on the side of the road, you've got a long, long day ahead of them.
But with an hour to go before last light, disaster is about to strike Nathan's 3 girls from the city.
We heard this really loud noise, so we stopped the car.
And it's then they make an alarming discovery.
It's shredded, like...
Does anyone know how to change a tyre? Nathan told us we needed to get to the station before nightfall, but we were already running late.
Oh my God, did this have to happen in the middle of nowhere?
At like almost 6 o'clock.
I know.
Tessa makes a rescue call to Nathan.
Please answer.
Carnegie, Nathan speaking.
It's Tessa, hi.
How did you go?
Yeah, we have a flat tyre.
Okay, I'll be out soon.
Guess we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. They've blown a tyre 230 kilometres out. We've got to go out and save them.
It's going to be more than 3 hours before Nathan reaches the girls, and the sun is sinking fast.
I'm a bit worried now that it's getting dark. We're in the middle of Western Australia. Anything could happen.
And it does.
Walked around to the other side of the car. I can't believe the other tyre is flat as well. It became a bit more serious then. We stopped laughing.
Hello?
G'day, Tessa. What's going on?
We actually have 2 flat tyres.
Oh, you're joking.
Yeah, it's really flat, so...
Armed with the bushman's code of rescue at all cost, Nathan hits the road to find his girls.
Sun's going down very, very quickly. It's about 6:30 now, so it's going to be a very interesting night.
It's getting very dark and we're tired.
Yeah, I just want to be rescued.
This is not the dream start to love Farmer Nathan was hoping for.
We've just rocked up to a creek crossing that's flowing. And I've got to walk it to see how deep it is to see if we can actually cross it. And if we can't, the girls are sleeping overnight.
While Nathan wades the creek, his girls sit in the dark wondering what they'll do if he fails to reach them.
And we sort of came up with this plan of how we were going to sleep in the car and then maybe try and walk back to where we'd cross the river because we thought, oh, at least there's shade and water that we can sort of cool off in.
Back at the creek, the water is up to Nathan's thighs.
It was shallow enough when I first started to walk out, but I got to the middle, it was actually deeper than I feared. It's looking deep. Looking up to about there on me. So, current's flowing pretty hard. I have to think about it.
With the girl's safety playing on his mind, Nathan must make a decision soon.
We're in pitch black darkness with thunderstorms coming through, so my only concern was to make sure they were safe. But at the same time, it wasn't safe to cross.
Nathan knows what he must do.
We're gonna have to go through it. We've got no option. We can't let the girls stay out here.
Throwing caution to the wind, he decides to cross the creek.
If I didn't go out and at least try and rescue the girls, I wouldn't have known what they would have thought of me. Not much, I reckon.
And he makes it. Finally, as the girls catch a glimmer of hope on the horizon, the search for love is on again.
I finally came over the hill and we saw the headlights, and I've never been happier to see another person in my life, I don't think.
Thank you so much for coming and getting us.
That's all right.
It was just so amazing to see him, and it just made him all more appealing and attractive to us that he came all this way to rescue us.
Just trying to get everybody back to the station safe.
8 hours after the ordeal began, and a cold night in the bush averted, it's a triumph as Nathan gets his girls home.
I've never experienced anything like this before, and to know that there's more ahead with getting to know Nathan and the possibility of finding love, it's amazing.
Yeah, they seem very upbeat, especially for the kind of day they had.
Oh, I'm dead. Never been happier.
I'm looking forward to properly getting down and talking to them.